A robbery suspect is dead after a late-night robbery.
Back and shot an intruder breaking into her home.
What is your emergency?
A citizen, just like a police officer, have the right to defend themselves or defend others if they're in fear of death or serious bodily injury, and that right extends to using deadly force.
My first thought was, when he said, put the money in the bag, I thought, you're not getting a dime, you little punk. And I'm feisty like that, probably to a fault, because I thought, I built this business. All of it is, my sweat, blood, and tears, and you're not gonna take that from me. You can't. I'm not gonna let you.
It's one of those surreal moments. You're kind of thinking, well, did that really just happen? And yeah, it just happened.
My name is Michelle Cornelson. I grew up one of 5 children. I'm second oldest. My dad and my mom were just normal, everyday American family. Dad worked, mom stayed home. My mom was a trooper. There was a lot of work to do, and she's a hard worker. I learned from her, you never stop. We all pitched in and helped out, and so I didn't grow up relying on other people. I spent a lot of my growing up years hunting and fishing and hiking with Dad, and my parents raised me with a level head. They always raised me to know my mind and to speak my thoughts. My first job I got when I was 16, when I first was able to drive, and my dad said, you should go down to one of those little drive-through espresso stands and get a job there. I went to a larger private Christian school, and Kevin had gone there his whole life, and so that's where I met him. We met in high school. The stand I worked at was on his way home from work, and he'd come in and get an Italian soda every day.
She told me, you drive by my stand all the time. You just stop in and just say hi once in a while, and I did. I stopped in.
Secretly, I'd liked him since the first day I laid eyes on him. I don't know, I saw him and I thought, oh my gosh, that guy, This place is somewhere where you feel like you can rely on your neighbors. You go to the grocery store and they talk to you. I love my job. I always have. Ever since I worked in the first stand that I worked at, I've done retail, I've worked in restaurants. It's not the same.
We kind of decided, well, let's buy one of these things. Let's buy a couple of them, get them going.
There's something really special about the connection you have with your customers, and if people treat themselves every day, just one little thing, and they pick me to do that for them, that's really special. On Christmas Eve, Kevin said, I want you to unwrap one of your presents, it's a special one. I unwrapped it and it was a Kel-Tec, and I was like, is it a 9? Is it a 9? And he's, yeah, it's a 9. And he's like, now, it's a really good gun. They're easy to conceal because they're very narrow and thin. So, you have to carry this. I was like, sweet, awesome. I'd only had it for 5 days. Providence. That's all it was. It was a last-minute gift. He found it for a good deal. I'd taken 5 days of vacation for Christmas, and in the morning I woke up and I was rushed, and it was a hard morning to wake up. Went off to work, so I was about 15 minutes behind. When I got there, there's always things I need to do, when I first get there. So first thing I did was reload and put it where I keep my gun in there, because about 6 months ago, various stands got robbed, and so I wanted to keep it closer because normally I kept it in my purse. So I found a better spot for it. One thing after another and customer after another. I didn't have my coffee yet, so I'm still not even awake.
Hey Mike, how's it going?
Good, how are you this morning?
Good. How was your Christmas?
Oh, great, and yours?
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, you know what? Guess what I got?
What?
I got a 9.
You finally listened.
Yeah.
One of my customers, he's a deputy for the sheriff's department. He would always ask me, "You armed today?"
There you go.
Awesome. Keep that.
Well, thank you.
All right.
Hey, have a good day. I'll see you tomorrow.
You too.
Out of the blue, I thought, oh, I'm gonna make my own coffee right now. Pulled my shots and I glanced over and there's a guy standing there. And I was like, where'd that guy come from? I didn't see him walk up. I didn't see him standing around. He was just there and he had kind of the hood over his face a little bit. And so I thought, you know, that's kind of weird. He's on foot. Not normal. You gonna have a drink today? What are you doing?
I don't know. What's good?
What's your favorite candy bar? I have a standard set of questions I ask people when they say things like that and, you know, draw them out and I'll figure out what drink is perfect for them. Maybe white chocolate? He's just like, oh, no. And I said, you're not really here for, you know, a drink. What's going on today? How are you? Are you okay?
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna need you to put the money in the bag. Just do it.
You gonna have a drink today? What are you doing? He was just kind of off. Are you okay?
I'm sorry, I'm just gonna need you to put the money in the bag. Just do it.
My struggle was, is he gonna hurt me after he gets what he wants? You know, because that happens. I thought, if I'm gonna get hurt either way, I'm not going down without a fight. You don't really want to do this. It just came out. You're not going to use that thing on me. You're not really going to shoot me. You're not going to
Just put the money in the bag.
One clear thought in my head was, please God, let a customer pull up soon. And I thought, if I can talk to him long enough till a customer pulls up, then I can do something. I was looking into his eyes. I saw some headlights sweep across the building that's next door. It gave me the drop. I just grabbed mine right out and I said,
No, you leave now.
the truck on the other side, they took off. They were gone. I thought, you know, I might fumble a little bit. Nothing. I held it like I was going to use it. He didn't flinch. He just stared at me.
Go.
I thought, I'm going to give this guy a 1, 2, 3 bang because he's not reacting.
You go. Leave.
He didn't do anything. He just kind of real nonchalant, slow, and okay, and just backed off.
Go.
Unfortunately, I let him put it back in his pocket.
Don't stop.
I kept yelling at him, don't you stop. You are a dead man. Don't you stop.
Keep going. Keep walking. Don't stop.
He just walked like a normal walk, and then he stopped and he'd turn and stare at me. And he just real slowly walked away. It wasn't like he had a care in the world. I found out later he was on meth, and that's the side effect of meth is emotional detachment. I didn't ever once think I was safe once he even walked away. Not even once. I thought, this is even worse. I picked up my phone and dialed 911.
911, what's your emergency?
I just had an attempted robbery at gunpoint.
Where at?
I'm at Sunshine Espresso, 1936 North Government Way.
He's walking east on Ironwood. He's at the end of the road.
What was the male wearing?
He had a black Carhartt hoodie on, blue bandana halfway covering his mouth. I've lost visual sight of him. I don't know if he's just around the corner or if he's actually walking through the field still.
27 on scene, 622. Okay, it's a male wearing a black Carhartt hoodie, blue bandana, a Sunshine Espresso at Government Way and Ironwood.
One of my customers, he's a deputy, and he'd been in the stand about 30 seconds before this kid walked up. He had left. So he was really close. He's plain clothes, and he drives a silver SUV, so he's not marked. He saw a kid walking and he thought, that fits the description, so he looked over at the guy and the guy looked at him, but he's not a cop car.
Sheriff's Department, stop right there! Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Let me see your hands! Let me see your hands, I'm not gonna tell you again! Get them up! Now! Higher! You're above your head! Turn around!
Yeah, they're here.
Copy.
They drove me in the cop car over to go and ID the kid.
She did it perfectly. Until something like this happens, you don't really realize what that person is capable of.
And he just comes in, he just, gave me a huge long hug and just kind of pulled back and just stared at me.
I gave her a huge hug. And I congratulated her. I said, that was fantastic. You reacted exactly how you should have.
Taking somebody's life, I would have if I had to, but I'm so glad I didn't have to. That's something that personally I would have a very hard time living with. This is somebody's son. He has the potential to become, a stand-up human being. And so I'm hoping that, by me giving him a second chance, he'll use it as an opportunity.
Coeur d'Alene's awarding her with a crime prevention award end of this month. Her dad's been beaming ever since it's happened.
He just said, "We are so proud of you. We're all proud of you." I think that it is the right of everybody to protect themselves, no matter how you choose. Being able to be a gun owner is in our Constitution, and I really believe that it works. Being a victim is a choice. You can choose to be a victim over and over, but that does nothing for you. All it does is empower them to do it more. It is not a bad thing to be a strong woman. It's not less attractive. I really think that more women should have a spine. Know your mind, know your actions, and be willing and able to defend them and stand up for them. And you shouldn't have to be a victim. There's a saying that Kevin and I are pretty fond of, and it's, an armed society is a polite society, which is so true.
My life with my wife, it's probably the biggest thing on this earth that I have.
We definitely enjoy every single day. You understand that things can be taken away from you in a heartbeat, and you have to really, really work on cherishing every single day.